Hi, I'm Joe.
And I'm Digna.
Welcome to Relationships.
We're a couple having a few.
Good evening. We are coming to you from our living room here in sunny Florida.
It's not sunny. It's been raining all day.
And also, it's not really sunny because it is evening. So, from Mooney? Is Mooney the inverse of sunny? I don't know. We're sitting here. We decided to do an episode about the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator.
Yeah, I was talking to some friends of mine at work this week about it, and I don't even know how it came up. I think mostly it came up because we don't have a whole lot of work to do. So I was just kind of trolling the interwebs and found something about a personality test. And I think I've taken it before, but was talking to some coworkers, and one of them, Melanie Lemon, that's you, was super into it. She is actually more into the Enneagram personality test, but I took both of them. And so I brought it home to Joe, and I was like, you need to take this because I feel like you're a very certain kind of personality type. And I want to know if my presumptions are correct.
I'm just going to say I aced it. I got a 100%. So
he did finish the test.
Every single one of my answers added up to about 100%. So look at that. I got 100%. So the way it goes, just based on some questions, there was like 150 or some odd questions. And they pretty much give you, are you more this? And there's like, are you very much this?
Like, do you prefer loud social events? And you would say very much agree or very much disagree. And then there's a couple of answers in between there that you can vary your agreements or disagreements.
Sure.
Agreements.
Yeah, there you go. We were just kind of really just going to go over our results. Before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and wet the old throat here. And what are we drinking this evening, my beautiful wife?
Ooh, I don't know if you guys remember, but we had mentioned maybe in our very first episode that we stayed up until 12 or 1 or whatever o'clock in the morning making loquat wine. That's not kumquat wine, but we have a loquat tree in a neighbor's yard that we ransacked because nobody was living there at the time, and got ourselves a 5-gallon bucket full of loquats, smashed them all up, seated them and then smashed them all up.
Deseated?
I don't know. Unseated. And we made wine until 1 o'clock in the morning, and it's ready.
And it's
Joe
delicious.
Carbonated it, and it's sweet, but not too sweet, and it's bubbly, and it's fresh and refreshing, and it's perfect for spring, and I can smell it. It's very effervescent.
Well, the good thing about it too is, or the cool thing about it, this tree, it only gets fruit once a year. So, and it's only
for 3 weeks,
like
maybe
3 weeks total. So of course, the very beginning, most of the fruit's not the right color. And then like if we go out there right now, there's going to be onesie twosies, and they're all going to be like rotten on the tree.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they've been done for probably a month at this point.
Yeah, we could have gone maybe the week after we got the ones, but that would have been
Got
it.
Second.
Yeah, that would have been
batch.
it. But yeah, we definitely could have gotten. We got a 5-gallon like paint bucket or whatever you want to call it. We got that, and it ended up just yielding, with the mixture and all that stuff, we yielded about 8 gallons of actual wine.
Yes, we did not need to go back for a second batch with our very limited space. As it is, Joe lost half of his closet space as our brew station for the wine to sit there and ferment for the past almost month now.
Yes, so I now have a wine cellar. That's a selling point for this property. If we ever decide to sell it, we once had a wine cellar.
It's not underground. It's a closet.
Exactly. So it's pretty good stuff.
Closets.
So, and we wanted to drink local because it's always good to support local, and especially now, and I'm about as local as I can be. So we were just going to go over a little bit on this test and pretty much just read some of this.
So yeah, what happens when you take this test is the results are not like, it's not a BuzzFeed result. It's not like, what's your favorite cereal and what does that mean about you? It gives you a very, very in-depth explanation, and there are 5 different indicators. It gives you a code basically, and this code is broken down into like a gazillion different kinds of personality traits, but they're pretty spot on.
Well, I think originally there were four, and this one has an extra like piece. So the first four because I remember taking this, there were 16 possible what you could be. There is the mind, which is, are you extroverted or are you introverted? Energy, are you intuitive or are you observant? Nature, are you thinking or feeling? Tactics, are you judging or prospecting? Identity, assertive or turbulent. That's the one that wasn't there before. So there were the first four, and then there was the identity, which is kind of the, I guess, newer one. So this one, with our results,
we are the complete opposite person from each other, which is either perfect or terrible.
well, I will say, like, I'm extroverted on this one. So 79% extroverted, 21% introverted. Digna is right on the line there. So it says she's 51% extroverted and 49% introverted. So I would say that it's very on the line, obviously. And
I would consider myself an introvert, though, because I want nothing to do with meeting new people. Not anything against them. It's me. It's not them. And I would have considered myself an introvert.
Right there. It's not you, it's me.
And it's not even a breakup line. In this case, it's a don't you want to talk to you line. But I guess the extroverted came from, I like social events. I really like going. So maybe I don't really know the definition of extrovert versus introvert. I do like going to social events. I do not like having to interact with people I don't know. So I want all of my social events to be with people who I'm already friends with, but I also don't want to have to work to become friends with these people because that makes me uncomfortable, if that makes sense.
But if you're at 51 and 49, I mean, that's really one that could go either way. So anything that I would say that's close to 50-50.
It just depends on the day, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll go over ours. So the mind, it says, this trait determines how we interact with our environment. And surprise, surprise, I am extroverted.
Supremely extroverted.
79% versus 21 introverted. It says, you're mostly extroverted. Extroverted individuals prefer group activities and get energized by social interaction. They tend to be more enthusiastic and more easily excited than introverts. So hers pretty much says the same thing because she did end up being considered an extrovert. So we really don't have the inverse of that.
And that is where we stop being similar.
So the next one is our energy. So I am 84% intuitive and 16% observant. Like I said, this if you do the math, these all add up to 100%, which is why I said I got 100% on this. So I am mostly intuitive. Intuitive individuals are very imaginative, open-minded, and curious. They prefer novelty over stability and focus on hidden meanings and future possibilities.
And I'm 73% observant. Observant individuals are highly practical, pragmatic, and down to earth. They tend to have strong habits and focus on what is happening or has already happened. So literally, I focus on the past and the now, and he focuses only on the future.
The future.
Which is why I take care of everything.
But one day I'll take care of it. Once we're in the future.
Yeah, but that's like tomorrow.
Exactly.
That's like you'll never actually take care of
it tomorrow. That's like there's the poster that says free beer tomorrow. Yep. Obviously, it's never going to be tomorrow. So what do you have for nature?
Nature, that is thinking versus feeling. And I don't have feelings. I am 53% thinking. It says thinking individuals focus on objectivity and rationality, prioritizing logic over emotions. Also known as Spock. They tend to hide their feelings and see efficiency as more important than cooperation. I mean, what? Efficiency over cooperation? How is that even? I cooperate.
Whatever. Does not play well with others. So mine is I'm mostly feeling. Feeling individuals are sensitive and emotionally expressive. They are more empathetic and less competitive than thinking types, and focus on social harmony and cooperation. Teamwork makes the dream work, baby.
That makes me sound so rude.
Yeah, whatever, robot. So the next one is tactics. This trait reflects our approach to work, planning, and decision making. And that one, you can either be judging or prospecting. So I guess I'm the old prospector. I am 58% prospecting.
Isn't a prospector like, wasn't that a job or isn't that a job of some sort where you're like,
Those are people looking for gold.
yeah, okay, I thought so.
Prospecting individuals.
No, that's you.
Individuals are very good at improvising and spotting opportunities.
There you
Like
go.
for gold in their hills. They tend to be flexible. I can touch my toes. Relaxed nonconformists. Yeah, fight the man. Who prefer keeping their options open.
And I'm just judgy. 57% judgy, in fact. Judging individuals are decisive, very decisive, thorough, and highly organized. They value clarity, predictability, and closure, preferring structure and planning to spontaneity. Yeah. I'm such a tyrant.
I'm just saying she actually has to put her bathroom breaks on her calendar. I mean, that's how.
Oh, shut up. I don't have a calendar. You fill out the calendar every month. I don't touch it.
Well, because I do that for you. It's because I love you. So those are the.
He doesn't follow the calendar, but
Hey,
it's there.
I write it there. So, but that's more of because I like playing with the colored markers on
you
the
just
board.
like you're doing arts and crafts over there.
So those are the main four. So the next one is identity. And this one is pretty lopsided for both of us. I mean, there's not a 50-50 spread. So this trait underpins all others, showing how confident we are in our abilities and decisions. So I am 76% assertive and 24% turbulent. Assertive individuals are self-assured, even-tempered, and resistant to stress. They refuse to worry too much and do not push themselves too hard when it comes to achieving goals. So I'm like Margaritaville in a person.
I would just like to preface my description by the fact that I'm kind of offended that assertive is a positively based word. I don't know. Like I think an assertive person and I think positive things about an assertive person. They know what they want. They're a go-getter, whatever. Turbulent is just a jerk word to use. Like there's got to be a different word than turbulent. What am I, storm?
I fail.
I'm just a storm cloud?
I fail to see the problem.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe it's because I am resistant to stress and even tempered.
I'm Hurricane Digna.
And see, she's not resistant to the stress or even tempered on
So
this.
I'm 67% turbulent. Turbulent individuals are self-conscious and sensitive to stress. That is 100% true. They are likely to experience a wide range of emotions and to be success-driven, perfectionistic, and eager to improve. I would just like to say that I don't like the juxtaposition of the fact that I have a wide range of emotions. However, I am unwilling to express them. I'm just a ticking time bomb. Hence the turbulence, I suppose.
Yeah, so, by the way, we did this test on 16personalities.com. That's the number 16 and then the word personalities.com. So it was actually really cool. Like I said, it was like 130 somewhere around there questions.
It really makes you question yourself because there's some questions that are easy, like, do you like going to parties or not? And, you know, I think that's an easy question for most people to answer, but some of them actually make you think about how you think. It's kind of cool to take. Little introspection.
So
there.
you're self-conscious and sensitive to stress, and you're likely to experience a wide range of emotions. I just went with the flow and I did it.
So you may become turbulent while taking this test.
Exactly. So with this one, they also have some people that some are real, some are not so real, who are this, or
Yeah,
whatever you are.
They match your personality.
So we're going to go there. So we'll go through and we'll name a few and there you go. So Digna's first one.
I'm related to Sonia Sotomayor.
No, you're not related to her.
That's right. Vanessa is. Vanessa! And now Tyler. You guys are more related to her than I am. However, she is the first person listed as an executive, which, by the way, did we even read our titles?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I have a pretty bitchy
But yours
title.
is ESTJ
Dash T.
Yeah. And I
That's
am
the code.
Yeah, and I'm ENFP-A.
But they kind of give you a title for every, personality type, and mine is executive personality.
And mine's campaigner.
So it's no surprise that there are a couple of judges on this list. But yes, I have Sonia Sotomayor. I've got John D. Rockefeller. I have Judge Judy. Ella Baker, who I read was a very influential teacher. Frank Sinatra, James Monroe, Lyndon B. Johnson, Boromir from The Lord of the Rings. I don't appreciate that I am apparently similar to Dwight Schrute. Claire Dunphy from Modern Family. And I don't know these other people. Robb Stark from Game of Thrones. And Porthos from The Three Musketeers.
There you go. So it's funny because I think they purposefully put certain people in there. So campaigners, you may know. Robert Downey Jr. is considered a campaigner. Robin Williams was. Quentin Tarantino.
Was that your Robin Williams?
Oh, Robin Williams. Oh. All I know is there was an episode of Family Guy where someone wanted the power to, like, I forget what happened, but everyone was turning into Robin Williams, but it was always, ho ho. That was always the thing. As soon as they would turn into Robin Williams, ho ho. So Robin Williams, Quentin Tarantino. I don't know who Kim Nam-joon is. I'm going to have to look at that. It says RM. I don't know what that is at all. Russell Brand, which that picture looks like the Macho Man. And then Kelly Clarkson. And that picture looks kind of like a young Hulk Hogan. So Will Smith. Ha ha! There's my...
So ho-ho for Robin Williams and ha-ha for Will Smith. Got it.
There you go. And I don't know if anyone... Meg Ryan. Which... There you go. Meg Ryan. Ellen DeGeneres. I don't have any Ellen DeGeneres. I don't watch enough Ellen.
I mean, you both think you're funny. She is funny.
I was waiting for it. So I am Michael Scott from The Office, while she is Dwight.
Michael!
So I'm the regional manager.
And I'm the assistant regional manager.
Assistant to the regional manager. Same thing. No, it's not. And I am Spider-Man.
Which one?
I just says why, because the other ones don't say why, but Spider-Man said why. You had another one that said why too.
No, it was an actual person though. It was a teacher.
And Phil Dunphy from Modern Family. So.
And I was related to Claire Dunphy, who plays his wife in the show.
So there you go. I'm the goofball, and she's
takes care of everything.
Perfect. That works.
I am perfect. I know that's not what he meant to say, but I'll take it.
And somehow I'm Peeta Mellark from the Hunger Games, which that doesn't resonate with me.
He's so short.
I'm Carrie Bradshaw from Sex and the City. I always knew I was Carrie. I knew it. I could feel it.
See, that's a BuzzFeed little like questionnaire thing.
Which
Sex and the City character are you?
And my favorite of all, it's probably my childlike whimsy, Willy Wonka. Yes, I'll take that one.
I think if a Willy Wonka existed, you could be a Willy Wonka.
Well, the picture too, this little cartoony picture, it's not Johnny Depp-esque. It's definitely Gene Wilder.
It's not, and he's got a little Oompa Loompa behind him, and it makes me think that that's you and Des.
Me and my son.
He's your little Oompa Loompa. I wonder if we could convince him to dress this one for Christmas. I mean, Halloween. Or Christmas.
You're an orange-faced elf. And I am Santa with a top hat.
I see no problem with that. You could use that for Halloween and Christmas this year.
There you go. It's pulling double duty. So I think it's about that time. Poddex.com.
If you say it too quickly, it sounds like you're saying something else.
Poddex.
DX.
No. .com. All right. What is the trait you most deplore in yourself?
Turbulence.
It's not the judging part.
Oh, okay. My whole personality. Every aspect of my personality in the Myers-Briggs test. Except for the organization and the That's all.
Well, I will say, and it is true, even based on this test. So the campaigner, we get really, really excited and have all these great ideas, but we don't have the logistical mindset. So it's like, oh my gosh, I've got this $1 million idea, but I don't know how to create the infrastructure to make this thing float. And that's what and I will say there have been so many times I've had great ideas and you get into them like, I don't know how this is feasible. I don't know how it's sustainable, and my brain doesn't work that way, and they really haven't come to fruition. So I would say that part, it's funny that this question actually popped up on this day. Totally random. But yeah, it's weird that this one popped up. But yeah, so, and I probably wouldn't have even answered that. But yeah, the one thing is like, I guess the ability to follow through. So it's like, you have this great idea. We don't really have any way to do it, but it was a great idea. So good job on your great idea.
Which, I mean, I'm definitely not the person who's going to figure out those kinds of things if you have an actual like invention or something, which happens more often than you might think. But despite the fact that we are complete opposites on most regards, at least according to this test, we do tend to kind of play those roles where he'll have this great idea, as long as it's, within reason that a person in a household can do. He'll have this great idea, and I'm like
start 2 podcasts.
I'm like, well, okay, well, we could do that, and I'll get it done. I don't have ideas. Idea. It's not a verb in my list of things that I do. I don't idea, but he comes up with ideas, and I'm like, how can we make this happen? And, it eventually we're able to kind of make it happen because I guess opposites attract and all that crap.
I mean, it is cliche that they say it, but it really does. Or I like it's the way my grandparents say it is, it takes 2 to make 1.
It takes 2 to make a thing go right. No,
they do not say that. They do not have any frame of reference. But yeah, it takes 2 of us to make 1.
That song? Yeah, you're probably right. They were probably like,
they were in their 60s when that song
came out. Does anybody else know that song?
Yeah, everyone knows that song. Who's not in their 60s? 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Yeah, so once again, that is 16personalities.com. I recommend, just for the heck of it, test out, see what kind of personality you are, see if there are any big surprises. I wasn't overly surprised with any of my answers. I didn't overly think them or become self-conscious or whatever the other thing was in that one. But let us know what you think. And also, after you do that, ask yourself that question. What is the trait you most deplore in yourself? I think deplore is a strong word.
That's like more than hate.
What part about yourself do you uber loathe?
What is the worst bit about yourself that you wish you could cut from your body?
Yes, take your pound of flesh. All right, guys, take it easy. Be safe. Wash your hands. And...
Sorry, I was just doing outro music.
And who are you?
Who are you?
This has been a Getting to Know Brews presentation.
Music provided by purpleplanet.com. That's purple-planet.com.